What is going on, YouTube? Welcome back to part 7 of the 1400 horsepower Supra build. Today we what do we have today? We're gonna be doing exhaust system. Check it out, guys. This is a full PHR exhaust system. You have the titanium mid pipe over here. Very nice piece, very lightweight. This is the exhaust part, and this is the canister, guys. Check it out. If you see it different, obviously it's because we did away with the blue tip, guys. I'm not a big fan of it myself, and Robert is not himself. Roberto's he's not a fan himself neither. I don't think the blue with the red will look good, to be honest. If that hurts anybody's feelings, I'm sorry, man. I think that blue burnt titanium stuff, it's kind of riced out, guys. Not gonna lie, it's not I don't think it's a good look on Supras. Maybe if it's like a black color or white, but not red. Special anthracite. Just a quick glance here. I know I shared this before, but even on my Tomei that it comes with it, I got rid of it myself. So yeah, guys, we're pretty mutual on that. What else we're gonna be working on this video, guys? Intake manifold is already on order. It should probably be here tomorrow. Shout out to my buddy Gabe at Titan Motorsports. Took care of us. Got it shipped out right away. They had it in stock, so we went with the Hypertune, guys. We also switched from the 12 injector setup to a regular 6 injector setup, but instead of doing ID 1050s and 1700, we're gonna do 2600s. So I think that should be more than enough fuel for his goal. He's gonna be able to keep his regulator back there how he has it mounted, and we already ran it there, and that's it. Should be a pretty straight shot, and he should be a happy camper. The other thing we're gonna be working on this video, guys, is the vacuum lines. Excuse me, buddy. Excuse me. The vacuum lines. For the wastegates and the mag valve, we're gonna be doing AN fittings for that instead of vacuum lines. So yeah, I'm gonna give you guys I got a little tutorial, but I'm gonna show you kind of just how to run them. If you're doing dual gates with one 3-port mag valve, I always get it wrong, to be honest. Even shout out to Lance, because every time I go to the dyno, even on the Supra and on the Lexus, I got them mixed up. So I'm not gonna lie, I'm gonna go and copy my car and double check before I do it on this car, so I make sure I get it right. Guys, another quick thing here. Here's his old exhaust. It's HKS. I think this is called a high power with the carbon tip, with the 4-inch mid pipe. Guys, after we're done with this with the build, we're gonna do a pretty massive garage sale if you want to clean it, or after build sale, whatever you want to call it. We just don't want to sell anything until we're completely done. So yeah, guys, stick around for a pretty big sale on all the parts this car had. Which, remember, this actually used to be a single turbo Pro EFI car, so it was already modified. It wasn't a stock chassis. So yeah, guys, just throwing it out there for anybody looking at parts. Be on the lookout probably in the next couple of weeks. We're gonna probably be posting a lot of parts for sale, guys, so just keep that in mind. Quick little interruption here to the time lapse. This brace here that obviously goes between the Driveshaft and the exhaust, we're gonna have to get rid of it, because obviously they, for clearance, we try to get it, or they try to get it as high as possible. And if you can see here, it's in the way of the exhaust. So the exhaust sits really close to the Driveshaft for maximum clearance, so it's not scraping on the floor when you go any bumps or anything. So we're gonna have to do away with this brace, guys. Wanted to throw it out there before we continue, and you just can't really make it out on the time lapse. It's a little dark, but we got it done. Check it out, guys. I definitely approve. It's the perfect length. I never like it too far out because then it like sticks out, looks awkward, or not too far in. I just like it maybe like that, like just a finger out of the bumper, so it looks perfect, you know. Like, so you can see it's a nice design. I like this flange better than the one on the Tomei, guys. The Tomei one, like the bolts, they kind of lined up down here to get that angle, and you could see the screw there. So I always thought that was a little weird. This one you can actually see it's like all the way nice up here, nice and tucked away. Also is a B-band design right here, so if you want to do a straight pipe, you can literally just take this out, take this the hanger here. You don't even have to remove it, just take it off the hanger. Sorry, it's so dark you can't see. You can just literally slide the rubber off, undo the 4-inch B-band, and put a piece of 4-inch straight pipe, and that's it. You have a straight 4-inch exhaust. But yeah, real nice piece, guys. Depending on how this thing sounds when we turn it on, I might switch over, not gonna lie. I like it. I like the big canister. I believe this is a 5-inch tip. Yeah, it's got to be 5-inch because it's 4, and you can tell it's a little bit bigger. But yeah, definitely real nice. Can't wait to hear this thing. All right, well, we'll tune back in when we get the rest of the stuff, guys. I'll show you the intake before we put it all together. Here's the Hypertune intake manifold. 6 injector setup. We kept it pretty simple, guys, with some new ID 2600s. We're gonna put it together just so we can have it all set and done already. So yeah, these are the new 2600s and Hypertune intake manifold already with the Bosch flange on there. So it's a direct bolt onto the throttle body. There's no modifying, there's no adapter needed, so it's gonna make life a lot more simple. All right, let's put these injectors in there. Good morning, welcome back. We got some daylight. Bolted this thing down, not completely, just, you know, typical 2 bolts, but it's under nice and sturdy, so we know exactly where the location is gonna be. Had to swing by Nippon Power this morning. It's a local shop that sells fittings and stuff. The thread size on the fuel rail for Hypertune is not your regular AN threads. It's 1/2 inch. It's what is it, a 1/2 inch MPT to a -10. So I had to go pick up these adapters over there. Luckily they had them in stock. So they're gonna be doing the feeds for the rail now. This thing does not have a center return, so it's gonna have to be feed in the front and return in the back. And I can see there's a little headache here already. The regulator here, the way it's mounted with the 90, I'm not sure. I don't like this 45 how it looks too much. I'm kind of trying to get ideas here on how to mount it that it looks aesthetically pleasing. On this side is out of the question, guys, so there's no space here. It's literally just enough space for the fuel pressure sensor here. The 90, if we go straight down, it's literally going to hit the fuel rail. If we go back on it, it's gonna be kind of pointing down, and it's right where the line is, so that's a no-go. So yeah, kind of stuck here figuring out what to do here with this return. All right, so this is what I came up with. I did a step down from 90, I'm sorry, from -10 to -8, 90 with another 90 back here, so you can kind of give me more clearance. And I actually had my wife go back to the shop, so they actually, I called ahead, they have a 1/2 inch MPT to a -8 90, so we'll put that pointing down. That'll probably bring us around here, and then I'll do like a loop down here, over here, kind of like a U down, and then pointing over here. If I have to move the 90 maybe a little bit that way to give her a little bit more, you know, a little more clearance on the U. But yeah, it's really tight back here. There's really just not much space, so that's where we have to work with, guys. All right, so while I was waiting for the wife to go get me those fittings that I need for the front fuel rail, I went ahead and started mounting the wiring relays and the fuses back here. I spoke to Roberto, and he actually wanted them mounted on the actual box. Didn't want to open any holes in the actual chassis. So We mounted them over here. As you can see, relays right here, and then on the inside, we did the fuses. Big shout out to Tom my Barbosa, I believe his last name is, or better on Instagram as SpeedFreak94. I didn't even know he had YouTube. So guys, I'm gonna link down his YouTube channel down below, so you guys could go ahead and subscribe to his channel. He actually has a nice video on the PHR box when he added another fuel pump, and he kind of went over all these little steps that we're doing here. Again, once you do it over here, it looks very simple, but I kind of been back here for like the past hour, drilling these in and whatnot. Out here, we actually did the dress up bolts so you couldn't see. Guys, before anybody asks me, no, they're not the exact size. I actually cut the bolts down to size. As you actually see here, it's like it went from bigger to smaller to smaller. So again, when you don't have the right, when you don't have the exact bolts, I make it work. I cut them, guys, to whatever size I need, so just in case anybody's gonna ask me. The other headache, I thought, I was like, man, these bolts are gonna be out now, so how do I close the lid? So luckily I tried it, and when you actually put the lid, the actual lid, the lip on it actually goes over the screws, so it actually doesn't interfere with the bolts being there. So I was kind of worried. I was like, man, I messed up the box, I'm gonna have to get another one. And if you see, the lip covers it, you can even see the top screws on there, and obviously that kit covers up to here, so all that's going to be hidden away. The other thing is, before anybody sees it, I know I looked at that video in detail. Take the cover off. What do you do with the other side of the fuse cables? Obviously this one goes to power, is going to be here. This one's going to be here, and we just tuck it off to the side like that. And then obviously it comes out the other end that's very, very long, so you gotta obviously unpin it. Oh man, you saw that fun in there. Gotta have to fish that thing out now. Just my luck. So I actually drilled another hole down here, put a rubber grommet in there. Again, I got all of this from Tom's video. And then this cable comes extremely long on the PHR kit. Assuming this is for a regular person that's running the battery still in the front, so they actually have to run all the power to the front. So we're not gonna need this much cable. This is power, and power goes to relays, which is over here, which is this other Deutsch connector over here. So it's honestly just gonna have to be this much. So yeah, it's no point in keeping all that extra cable around. So we're probably gonna cut that off and just keep it here nice and tucked away. Maybe run it to back here so it doesn't interfere with anybody, it doesn't bother anybody. Let's see here. Yeah, this is pretty good here. These are the trigger cables. We'll just put that over here. So yeah, that's probably what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna put it right here. You see the other end here, and then obviously we'll give it some extra slack just in case. And then the other cable, the other end of the Deutsch connector is gonna end right here. Obviously, honestly, in his video too, I saw Ryan posted one that he actually drills a hole on the cover there for the gas tank here. But I like what Tom did. He just did some Deutsch connectors here. He actually did two, because one of them is for 4 pins. So you have 2 powers and 2 ground, and then the third pump will be the other plug. And then this is a simple 3-pin that we could just run it down here. Again, this is the factory plug. We could just simply loop it under. You could actually go back down the same way it goes down, instead of coming yeah, it goes back down like stock, and then it comes out through here. Yeah, so we're running the stock way, and then we just add a Deutsch connector to the connections, and that should be perfect. All right, so back to the fuel system, guys. These are all the fittings the wife was able to pick up for me. Decided to just kind of keep everything -8. This is a Y that I had here. Obviously this is blue, but so it's actually -8 and then becomes a -10. I was originally going to use that, but here it is. So just in case anybody questions me about blue, we got it in black. We're going to go -10 back down to -8, and then in the front of the fuel rail it's going to be Here's that weird size again, 1/2 inch MPT to -8, and then we have a -8 to the 1/2 inch MPT. So we're gonna see which one fits better on the back. It's either the straight with the 90 or a 90 off the right straight off the fuel ring. All right, so we got the return side done. Check it out. I kind of looped it that way with a 90 just so it gives it enough clearance on that U there. I'm sure if the camera can you put it up? Yeah, you can see it. So you have like a perfect U there, and it's not on an extreme angle that the hose is not getting kinked or a possibility of it. So you have a 90 going that way and a 90 coming this way with a nice little U in the bottom, and that's gonna be the final touch for that. So the return is done. All we're gonna do now is those filters over there. I'm probably gonna change those straights to 45s. Let it connect there into the Y around where the engine mount is. I'm gonna get down there and check it out. What's the best scenario we could do there? And yeah, and then we'll just come up here to the front and probably use this 120 when it comes out of there, instead of doing the straight down 120, so it could go in between that alternator and the what alternator, man? What's wrong with me? Power steering pump and that bracket there, that brace. That one in the back I went over yesterday. This one over here is a simple 120 here, and then it has the, let me see, the Y. See, it goes out here, and then it has the Y to the -8s. The filter's right there. I was actually thinking of putting maybe a clamp here to this engine mount bracket over here. You know how it's extended and it has like a 10mm bolt. I might just do one of those like gear clamps here, just for like extra protection. Even though it's on there pretty hard, it doesn't move. So I might just kind of put it for a just in case scenario, but I don't think it's necessary. But we'll do it anyway. So yeah, that's what I did along with the fuel system. Take a look at it again. It's complete. I am working on the MAC valve, doing all the fittings to make them A and 4. I mounted the bracket over here, right here on top of this, on top of the HVAC system. There's a hole here, factory 10mm bolt that goes here, and we want to kind of tuck the MAC valve away, so when the catch can is over here, you don't get to see it. So I'm kind of setting it up now. I'm putting the fittings on the MAC valve now, and then I'm gonna test fit it on to see if it all fits, and then we'll start making the lines. I went ahead, I didn't record it, but I kind of got ahead and did this one over here on the radiator. Got the fitting for it to make it AN, and then we connected it to the little overflow. I had to mount it out here. This is actually where the same location where mine is at in my car, but it's actually, we're just gonna put it to go over one of the ears on the PHR catch can. Back there, guys, there was not enough space. You can see where that's the little hole we're gonna mount it, but it's just gonna be tight back there, and it's gonna be a major pain just to kind of get to it anytime we need to service the MAC valve or anything. So I think over here should be fine. Doesn't really look too bad. It's not a big eyesore. I remember once you put the catch can lines over, it's kind of take away that empty look there, the harness in the back. Been at this for a couple hours. Again, guys, remember, this seems very simple, 4N stuff, but they are PTFE lines, and just the whole measurement, it's tough, man. It's not as easy as you think. So yeah, this is what we have so far. The 2 caps. Got one here to this T here, and then from here to the other cap, and then from here it's gonna be to this side of the MAC valve. So I'm done with this side. Wanted to show everyone step by step. Again, it seems like it's not much work, but this is very time consuming. Here's the line, then it goes into this T here. Make sure it's not rubbing anywhere. To the cap on this side, into the T, a 90, into the cap on the top side. We'll probably end up zip tying this maybe on the line right here, just so it's not bouncing around or whatnot. But a simple zip tie right here should do the trick. Again guys, maybe tomorrow we'll tackle the other side. I do have a 9 to 5 and it's 9:47 p.m. and I gotta be up tomorrow again at 4:30 in the morning. So I wish I had I wish this was my full-time job, but it's not. No, believe me, I would have been done long time ago. Working on the other side here of the vacuum lines, or wastegate lines, I'm sorry. The cap side to the left side of the port is already done, so I took that off. I just left this one off to the side here. I went ahead and did the other side, the side, which is the side of the caps. You can see here, side of the cap there, side of the cap here, and that goes off, teed off to the front compressor cover right here, and to the right side of the Mac port, of the Mac valve, the right side port. I'm sorry. I went ahead and got the sleeve, the fire sleeve, or DEI protective sleeve, just because it's so close to the exhaust manifold. There's going to be so much heat here. I got 3 feet, but I don't think it's enough. I'm gonna have to probably get some more for the other lines, because I'm not gonna do half and half. It's gonna look retarded. But yeah, well, it looks like we're pretty much done. I'm just gonna take everything back off, make sure it's tight real good. All right, been at this for another solid 3 hours. Finally done. The only thing that we're missing here is about I want to say like a foot, just to be safe, of the heat sleeve on this line right here. I just left it loose because it's got to come off again. But yeah, that's the only line that's missing the sleeve. But yeah, everything else is done. A lot of guys, it looks very simple, but it's very time consuming to do all these lines to the exact measurement that you want. Remember, they're PTFE lines, so it has that extra sleeving. They're like got a bunch of pinches everywhere. It's not fun. So yeah, that's what it looks like. Pretty clean. When both gates are back here, there's not much you're gonna see. Remember, the big oil catch can is gonna go here, so that's not gonna be it's not gonna even be that exposed. So, but either way, we did it clean. We know it's done right. It's not, you know, half-ass. I gotta take this off again and put because this is the screw. This is the same hole where the oil catch can mount onto. So I'll probably have it on mounted, but I'm gonna wait till I get this heat sleeve, just so I can do everything together, and then I'll mount it the way it goes, and we'll finish it off there. All right, so I'm gonna work on now on the intake side. I have this fitting here that's gonna go to the bottom of the intake for the fuel pressure regulator, and then I gotta run another line for the blow-off valve, and then I gotta do the brake booster line. Guys, so here we have the 5-bar map sensor. On my cars, I know there's like a thing that they say that vibration, that they shouldn't be mounted on the bottom of the intake. On my car, I always mounted them directly on the intake. I never had any issues. So this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna do this bigger hole here is for the brake booster line, fuel pressure regulator. This is gonna be blow-off valve, and this is gonna be the map sensor. Probably gonna put it towards the front so it doesn't interfere with the valve in the back, and it's easier that way. So let me just open this up really quick, throw it on there. I'm gonna show you how the fittings are before I put it on there. Really quick here, I just finished putting on the fittings in the bottom of the fuel rail. I mean, sorry, intake manifold. So here you have your regular, I forgot what MPT says this, to a 4N. Remember, one's for the fuel pressure regulator, the other one's for blow valve, map sensor, and this is -6 with a check valve for the brake booster. Remember, flow goes to the motor side, because when you press the brake booster, obviously the air goes to the motor side, but doesn't go back to the booster, guys. Remember, so the air comes out of the booster, it doesn't go back to the booster. Brake booster line done. Remember, let's see here. what was I gonna say? So remember, the turbo cars have the outlet on this side, the non-turbos have it on this side. You know what? Kind of think about it, the line's a little too long. I prefer this to be straight down, give it a nicer curve. I'm gonna take off like a 1/2 inch on it, and we'll try it, see how it looks. That's the thing about these lines, guys. If you don't get them exact, they're not, you know, it's not okay. It's got to be right. Half an inch, no, about 1 inch off. Looks a lot better. You can see the angles of the hose is pointing a little more down. So pretty happy with that. I like the way it looks there. Before it was out here, kind of in between these two. There's a gap here between the booster and the clutch master. But yeah, I definitely like it here better. Kind of flows better with this clutch line on there. All right, so vacuum line for the fuel pressure regulator is done. You can see here the fitting over here, the clearance is very, very tight, and it's at the flat spot. So tying it up, it kind of, you made like a little groove there, so that kind of hurt me while doing it, but there was no other way. So yeah, I got this 150-degree angle right here, tucked it away a little bit back here behind the brake booster, and down here she is. Now we got the line for the blow valve, which again, there's a nice little hole here. I would have loved to put it through here, but I don't want to open any holes on the car. So I'm thinking maybe we'll run it straight from over there over here, kind of like how the brake booster is down here, and then maybe just feed it up here and give it a straight shot into this grommet that's here already, so we don't have to open any holes. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are done. So here's the final look on the vacuum lines on the intake side. That's all you're going to be able to see here. Remember, blow valve, fuel pressure regulator, and this is for the brake booster. And the map sensor is down there somewhere, but you can't see it unless you get down and look for it actually. So this is the way we ran the blow valve down here to around the booster, following kind of like the same line that the brake booster has. Then I tucked it in here with this level, the brake fluid level harness in there. No, didn't open any holes, just go straight in there to the firewall. Then comes out to here where we did the harness, fed it through there in here, and then I zip tied it here, kind of followed along where the latch cable is for the hood. Give it some extra length down here and just zip tied it here because the blow valve is going to go mounted here. So whenever the fab guy puts it on, you know, we'll cut it to length, put the fitting, and and it should be pretty simple. We could just probably do it here in the car. So yeah, that's a wrap. I'm glad, man, because guys, I say it all the time, and I'm sure anybody that's done AN lines and has done all these little lines on the wastegates and stuff, it's very, 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 very time consuming. I've been at this probably for a couple days now. Get home from work, put some hours in there, and I'm not gonna lie, it took a lot longer than I expected, to be honest. Here it looks like just like a clutter of holders, but trust me, there's a lot of TLC in there and measurement that went in there. So yeah, guys, I'm gonna wrap this video up here. Remember to like the channel. I mean, I'm so sorry, man. It's late. I think it's like 9 or 10 o'clock already. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, and I will catch you guys on episode 8, where it's probably gonna be more of mounting fenders and going over the small little details, kind of like bleed the brakes, you know, fill up the clutch line, make sure the clutch pedal is working. And yeah, it's pretty much going to be just going over the final touches on the car until they take it out of here, and it's going to go straight to the fab guy. But I want to leave out of here like if it was complete, ready to go, even though it's not going to go to get started yet, because we still have to pretty much take apart, intake again, turbo, little bracket back there, fuel pressure regulator bracket, to get it powder coated. So yeah, guys, that's gonna be it for this one, guys. Thanks for tuning in, guys. I appreciate everybody following and subscribing to the channel. Take care, guys.